it's Jaira here for those of you who don't know me. Before we jump into the Kayla and I's discussion video, I just want to put a little note and disclaimer here that this video is not to argue or cause a debate, but is to build community, to see and dig into your guys' minds to see what you think. We genuinely want to know what you guys think. There are unanswered questions you're about to hear. The experts mentioned are both incredible. We just play devil's advocate just to see, you know, just to get thoughts going in your head. You will hear and answer questions such as, is there such thing as neutral olive? Are all cool olives the same? Are all warm olives the same? Throughout my olive skin journey, I'm doing research, and as I watch these videos on YouTube, to be honest, I am confused. So what this video is meant to do is get the community going, get a discussion going in the comments below, because maybe we will answer them together, and maybe you do have the answer, and I would love to know. So here we go. Most of all, enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jaira, and as usual I explore and try to help those olive skin tones, whatever works best for them, fashion, makeup, anyone who's olive skin tone, this is a channel for you. And I'm trying to do research, and you know, being olive skin myself, I'm just trying to share just to try and save you money and effort trying to look for your makeup or anything. So today is a little different and it's super special, and I'm so excited to have my beautiful friend here, Kayla.
I'm so excited to be a part of this.
Yes, so we are in like totally opposite side of the spectrum in terms of olive skin. So I am what you would call warm olive. We're gonna discuss more about that, and she's more on the cool side, the light olive side. So there are myths going around where like you hear the word olive and you would think it's only for dark skin, you know, like, oh, you have such a beautiful olive skin.
Yeah.
And it's usually like directed towards like Latinas or tan girls.
Yep.
But one thing I love saying is olive is not a shade, it's your undertone. So it's this green hue, so you could be super pale like her and have a beautiful olive undertone, and you could be in a medium, darker side like me, or even darker. I've seen like really dark girls that have like green olive hue undertone. And today we're just gonna have a chill discussion because I feel like olive undertones is so underrated and not mentioned enough. Absolutely. In the makeup industry. And from my experience, because ever since I found out I was olive, I just couldn't find anything that worked, or no resources out there, which is the reason I started this channel, because I want to help my girls out. You know, it's not easy being green, as they say.
Absolutely.
You know, I read Reddit, YouTube, and yeah, so today we're just going to discuss a lot of questions, myths, and I believe there's some questions that are left unanswered, and we want to see what everyone thinks about it. Maybe, you know, that's the whole point of this channel, build a community, and come up with like, you know, an answer or a solution that we think would work. So, Kayla, thank you so much for being here. I just want to ask her some questions, like, when was the first time you thought you were olive, and how did you figure out you were olive?
So the first time I actually thought or figured out, I guess, that I was olive was actually my husband. Oh. So I had no idea. I was not really into makeup or clothing, or I was really more of a tomboy. And when I met my husband, I, you know, would wear certain things, and he would say, oh, wear this color. Oh, wear this color. Oh, you can't wear that color. It's horrible on you. And he would say to me, yeah, your skin is like an olive undertone. And I'd look at him and say, what? You're crazy. I'm white. Look at me. I'm not olive.
That's so funny.
And he's like, no, like, but you are, because he had worked in the fashion industry, so he really knew his stuff.
Yes.
And for a guy, that's really unheard of.
Yes, and he is also a graphic designer, and he just knows what he's talking about when it comes to color theory.
Yes.
And I love what he was talking about, like, you know, when it comes to skin, it's the same as a color theory, which Audrey Coyne did mention in her channel, because she kind of did like a drop. We're gonna talk more about that, but that's amazing, because you look at the makeup industry, everything is either pink, neutral, or yellow, I believe, right? Yeah. Especially drugstore. And who knew olive undertone exists? I feel like they are not represented enough. And it's like sometimes olive undertone can some brands carry, like, could be under the neutral category, but it's super rare. Like, it will work, but not quite. Like, I have worn neutral for some time. Like, for me, I always thought it was yellow because I'm Asian. And like, you know, everyone just like assumes you're Asian, you're yellow undertone, until last year, just last year, after,
wow.
guys, I'm 28, 28 years, figuring out, buying all this makeup that doesn't work, trying to make it work, because I'm just like, I just want coverage. I had acne, I was like struggling with self-confidence, and nothing sits right. Everything was just like either orange, and when it was too yellow, it just was so golden, like it did not match my neck, so it blended down my neck, and I only learned it when I came in Sephora, and the lady was like, you have an olive undertone. I was like, what is an olive undertone? And that's when I started doing my research, and it made it easier for me to pick my foundations ever since, you know, I did like the olive skin hack, and that's why I started this channel. So today we want to discuss the whole kind of debate. I don't know, I've had a debate on it with some people on my YouTube channel, not a debate, but like they raised up some concerns or like issues. I was like, that is interesting, right? Like the whole point, I'm not saying I'm an expert. We're not experts.
No.
Like, but all we can share is like based on research and our own experience, and we want to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, and like your experiences too, because our experiences won't necessarily be what yours are as well.
Right, right. And so one of the things is that someone rated, like I did a video on like blush that looked good on olive skin, and for me, again, it's all a journey for me. Whatever I learn, I share. I'm not saying like, so there may be like stuff that I post back then that will not apply anymore because I learned something new. And someone was like, well, you must be a warm olive, which I kind of knew because the foundations I've been buying says warm olive, but I'm a light olive, I have blue eyes, dark hair, and I don't look good in those tones, right? Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, like absolutely. I know Jira had sent me some videos.
Yeah.
To try to figure out what kind of olive skin I have, because obviously I have no idea. And so I was watching them, and yeah, I didn't realize there were so many different types of olive colored skin.
It's
and
its own species.
What one person says, I would look at it and be like, well, I kind of feel like I'm this because these colors look good on me, but then I'd read or watch something else and be like, but this doesn't match up, but then I could be this too. So I felt like I was in between. I felt like I was cool, but then I also felt like I was kind of warm depending on who was telling me what.
Right. So like based on my research, like I'm looking at experts like Audrey Coyne. So she's probably like one of my fave video on olive skin, and someone made a comment and told me to go look at Miriam's style, which I did. I didn't shut the idea down. I'm just like, you know what? I'm interested. What is this whole like cool olive, warm olive thing about? Like, because I want to go in depth into the whole olive skin tone theory. And so I watched Miriam's style. I sent it to her, and I was like, hey, which one do you think is more accurate? Like, do these color work on you? Because I did like clothes or fashion, whatever, look good on olive skin. And again, I got a comment saying that looks good on you because you're warm olive, but for cool olive it won't. But she was saying that because of a video that Miriam style did, and the warm olive, she said this like muted, really really dull green should look good on you and brighten you up, because that's what this video says. And I said, okay, I'm not shutting it down. It could be right, you know, but I thought it was just my preference, and I was like, but it's not, because I asked other people, you know, when I wear that jacket and like in pictures, I just look very ashy and gray. And that's when I started asking. I was like, are all warm olives the same? Are all cool olives the same? Because like,
I think so.
Yeah, because like Kaylah said she could be in between. And I was watching Miriam's style. Someone made a comment, was like, is there anything in the neutral side? Is there neutral olive? Which makes sense, because there are people in between. Like Mila Kunis is warm olive, I'm warm olive, but we're totally different hues of olive. Yeah. Like you cannot categorize. I feel like my conclusion, and again, it's not right, this is just my opinion, that you cannot put olive in a box. Absolutely. I feel like warm and cool olive is a great way to label them, just to help you say, oh, you're golden and you're more of like a lighter, like cool tone, bluish tone. But if you can't say whatever works for one olive skin girl will work for the rest of them. Yeah. So in my opinion, Audrey Coyne's explanation makes a bit more sense, where she said that it's how strong the yellow overtone is, and that's how golden you are. So my yellow overtone is probably different from Mila Kunis, who is also warm olive, And that's just my opinion. What do you think, Kayla?
Yeah, I would have to agree because
Yeah.
I was definitely confused when they had the colors behind individuals. Because one that was a cool olive color, they had certain colors, and I was like, oh yeah, and these colors look good on me. But you know, these other two colors they have behind, they look awful on me. So am I a cool olive? Because
Right.
some of it matched.
Yeah.
And then they would do the same with the warm. They would do the same with
Yeah.
Mila.
Right.
And I was convinced I was a cool olive. And then I looked at Mila and I'm like, oh no, okay, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
There's a couple colors on Mila that look fantastic on me.
Right.
But then there's a couple colors that they showed behind her that look
Right.
awful.
Right.
So I think it just it really confused me. And for somebody who knows nothing about olive skin, I don't think it was helpful. I felt confused and then I started asking Jaira, okay, so if I feel like I'm on both sides, there's gotta be a middle.
I don't know. We want to know what you guys think, so leave comments down below as we're discussing, because I'm on the same boat after seeing all those comments from people and watching, because now that I watched the cool one, because I always categorize myself at the warm one.
Yeah.
And the colors also work for me. And some colors in the warm olive skin does not look good on me. So I'm like, okay, so there must be some in between or a different type of olive. And so in my theory, Audrey Coins is the closest accurate one, but you can always label them as light and warm. Again, they're not, or cool or warm, but they're not the same. So my theory is there's about over 100 shades of different of olive.
Yeah.
Yes, because what I did was ask to figure out her foundation, which we did a fun video on pale olive skin. You guys should check that out. I will link it up below and up there in the card. Looking for her foundation was pretty hard as well, because it's I watch Reddit and YouTubers to see if it worked on her as well. What worked on other light olive skin is not going to work on her.
Right.
And same, what worked on my warm olive skin will not work on all warm olive skin. So my theory is there's a lot of I think it's own.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think that you made a really good point the other day as well, is that different colors can look different on people depending on your hair color. Because I know for myself, I have dark hair. And I went and I put highlights in my hair.
Yeah.
And the minute I did that, the outfits or the shirts that I would wear with my dark hair suddenly just looked awful on me. And I was like, wait a minute, why is this looking so awful?
Yeah.
So I think that makes a big difference as well.
Right. Well, for me, when I got a comment from oh, baby, hold on.
What did we leave off on?
We probably
no.
should have watched.
Oh no.
Oh, eye color and hair color.
Yes.
Okay. So you were talking about how you see that when your hair is darker, it would look different, the shades and makeup you would wear. So yeah, tell us more, explain more.
Yeah, I would just basically notice shirts that I owned, I would put them on that looked good with the dark hair, and then I'd put them on, and I have a little bit of it still in my hair, but it was a lot longer, and it was a lot. So I'd put those same shirts on, and they just they didn't look good anymore. And it was like a blondie, well, kind of an orangey color, because I do have red in my hair.
Right.
But yeah, I just made everything change completely.
Right. Well, I feel the same way. So again, I was on YouTube. I got a comment from a beautiful, I think she was Portuguese or Burmese. I don't know, but she said her ethnicity, and she said, I think you might be warm olive because I'm light olive and these colors don't look good on me, which makes sense. Again, I'm not saying I'm always right, but that made me think, and then watching Audrey Coyne's video and going back to it, I love going back to it because it's one that makes most sense to me. She talked about how your hair color and eye color could totally change. So this girl said that I look better with reds or pearls, and I was like, wait a minute, I used to wear red blush when my hair was jet black. Red blush, red lipstick, it looks so good with jet black hair.
Absolutely,
I wore red dresses, but now that I dyed it warm brown, I balayage when I have blonde balayage hair, I feel like the red does not complement me as much as it did when I had jet black hair. So yeah, I think from based on my opinion, I feel again, olive skin tone could look good in almost different color, every shades can look good in different colors, but again, eye color and hair color play a huge role.
Yeah.
And so, what I want to talk about is like ethnicity. Like, does your ethnicity have something to do with being olive? What do you think?
Yeah, because we were discussing a little bit about that and how when you look at a lot of the famous people, you always look at the olive skin and they always seem to have some sort of ethnicity that is not like of European descent.
Right.
Like for myself, I'm very European. I've got some German and Austrian and Scottish. Like nothing that you would think would be olive or dark skinned. And when you look at the famous people, they seem to be like maybe Indian or Latino or you know some sort of darker skin.
Yes. So and they're the ones you see modeled as olive skin if they are talked about in the makeup industry.
Right.
And this is why like a lot of people like, someone is finally like a celebrity is acknowledging or like a makeup guru is acknowledging that you can be pale and olive skin because it's so rare to find people. But then like even for me, I'm Asian and people just assume, no, you're yellow. And like I have people still telling me there's no way you're olive. I'm like, girl, look at my cousins. Their makeup don't work. My mom's makeup never worked, and I just look different. And like, and I feel like ethnicity does not have anything to do with it. It's an undertone.
Yeah.
And like listening to like Audrey Cohen and Miriam Style again, going back to them, like they talk about celebrities, and you see Asian girls like Constance Wu, Henry Golding, which you would assume is yellow, but again, different shades of olive. There are people with like really obvious, I think she's more like really obvious olive compared to me because I have like more of the subtle olive because I'm a little more of like the more yellow golden side, so that's why I'm categorized as warm olive. So in a nutshell, we want to just see what you guys think, but Kayla and I want to kind of like give our opinion of what we think, like based on Audrey Cohen, Miriam Style, and the theories and myths that we hear online. Kayla, what do you think best describes it? What is your opinion on it? Like, I want to know.
On which part?
Like, do you think there's such thing as cool olive, warm olive? Is there a certain color that really matches all olive skin tone, or what do you think?
I don't know. It's still very confusing because I'm still learning about it. I think that there are different shades, and I don't think you can put us in a box.
No.
I really don't think you can. From a newbie standpoint, looking at experts, it confuses me. I don't know if you feel the same way. I'm confused. Because it's so all over the roadmap.
Yes.
And
I agree.
Yeah, I don't think you can put us in a box. Just like you can't put ethnicity into a box.
Yes.
Because you automatically think you have to be some sort of darker skinned ethnicity to have olive skin. Obviously that's not true. You can't put us all in the same box.
Yes.
One of the things that very much confused me was one of the videos.
Yeah.
And they said, well, if you have true olive skin, you can't blush.
Right.
And I was like, oh no, I'm not olive, then I blush.
Yeah.
Because I can really blush.
Yeah.
But I do have an olive undertone. So again, that really confused me.
And I did see stuff in the comments. They were like, well, where does that put me or categorize me? And this is on the pale olive side. And they were like, I know I'm olive, but I kind of blush. Does that make me like in between?
Yeah.
And like I've seen girls that have really olive undertone, but they kind of have like reddish or like, you know, like they blush. So again, you can't say.
Yeah, you can't say, oh, if you blush, then you must not have an olive undertone, because that's obviously not true.
Again, if you can relate to it and whatever you guys think about, we want to see in the comments.
We want to know it. Do you see this problem as well when you watch these videos? Well, wait, am I? Because I'm confused.
Right. So if you guys are confused as well, you know what? Let's build a community, because I want to know. I feel like there is so much questions left unanswered, I still do for sure, because now feel like I'm back to square one. I thought it was gonna be like a journey, like
I know what I am.
This is my skin.
Wait a minute, I don't know what I am.
I don't. But for me, in my like, if there was a perfect dream world for makeup industry, if there was a line specific to olive skin tone, I believe it's gonna be over 100 shades.
Yeah,
It will be completely, because warm olives will probably have like 50 different warm olives. Like, you know, like there's me, Mila Kunis, and like different warm olives. And there's cool olives, and there are different cool olives. I've seen like cool olive YouTube gurus that are like almost the same as you, but lighter, but it's more green, or just look very sallow. Yeah. So if there was a perfect olive world and there was a perfect makeup brand out there, hint to all makeup industry, please show us some love. There would be like, you know, that would just be my theory.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. Thank you so much for joining us for coffee discussion about our rants and, like, you know, questions and answers about olive skin tone. I really, really hope this video kind of raised some questions and make you rethink, but not confused. This is just like our point of view. And again, we're not experts. We just want to know what everyone thinks that will help us and build a community of olive skin. So Kayla, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is so fun. So thank you guys. If you really found this video helpful, if you want to see more from us, which you will, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also don't forget to subscribe to her beautiful, beautiful vlogging channel with her and her family. And there's some of me in there.
Of course. Yeah.
Because I just want to get in there. Yes, it's called Our Wildlife Family, or it's just
Our Wildlife. Our Instagram is Our Wildlife Family.
Yes. Perfect. So don't forget to hit that up. So thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye.